We have to consider that in ancient Greek, by general, in the idea of ancient Roman and ancient Greek, there was a specific type of connection between the private life and the political life. This is really interesting because your actions in your private life had a specific type of influence in the public life, and there was a specific type of commission of connection between these two type of lives. And this type of connections verted on the one hand in the political idea, on the other hand in the private idea. This is really, really important, and it is to explain this because on the one hand we have to consider that this type of private idea it was in relation with the influence that this private life had in relation with the idea of politics, economically and with your relationship, for example, your marriage. For example, in this sense, in Athens, there were a specific type of consideration in relation with the idea that the marriage were built from different type of families. In this sense, the families that they had a specific type of knowing between them. For example, families with a specific type of friendship. Because there was a conflict between classes, and therefore in the ancient Greek society, or also in this sense, we have to consider the different type of city-states. In any case, there was a specific type of conflict between classes. This is really interesting because it was in relation with the idea of independence of a city-state in relation with the idea of territories and lands that were part of the city-state. And therefore, if we have to consider how men and women had to develop a relationship when women had to stay into the house, into the home, when they were married with men, and men had to consider in Athens, for example, the political life and the economical life. And therefore, when they were into the politics, they had to participate to the debates, but at the same time, when they were in the very private life, they had to consider the economical life. And this type of economical life had an impact in the social life and in the public life in relation with the coast. For example, in the public cost, the important families of aristocracy had to pay, for example, the important cost that the city asked for them in relation with the cost of the city in relation with the idea of supply and cost. This is really interesting, and this is the idea that explain how and why in the ancient Greek they developed the symposium, the idea of drink together in relation with the idea that drink together it was develop a specific type of connection between classes, between people, between aristocrats, between potential people who became friends, and in this sense develop a specific type and discover a specific type of new type of connections to in this sense develop a specific type of new friendships and new powers, because of power, the idea of social and private political social and private politics, this is really interesting. Social life, private politics, private that influence social, private that influence society. The main example it was Pericles, for example, that he married a specific type of woman, but at the same time he paid attention when he went to the market because people consider him the first citizens of Athens, but at the same time these people could criticize him when he did some worse actions in relation with his personality and his figure, his political figure. But at the same time, the same Pericles that, according to Plutarch, had to pay attention in relation with the participation in front of the public life, for example, in the Peniche, in this type of hill into the Athens, when the political life had to discover and the politicians develop a specific type of debates between them. The idea of debates, in this sense, the idea of your relation with the relationship with your family, with your sons, with your daughters, with your sons, but at the same time the relationship with your wife. At the same time, in any case, the relation with your friends. The Plutarch that explain how Pericles put attention in when he was, as Thucydides explained, the first citizens of a city in relation with the vote, Pericles that had the control of the soldiers, or better, of the warriors of a city when there were wars, because Athens did have a specific type of professional soldiers. The army, it was in any case important when there were wars. In any case, Pericles that put attention to participate to his symposiums his symposiums, but at the same time put attention to participate at the public life in relation with this type of provocations, in relation with this type of answers, in relation with type of issue questions. This is really interesting because what is explained this? It explains this ancient Athens, as also in Rome, that it was developed in this sense. There was a specific type of connection between politics and private life. The idea that your actions in private had an impact here in the political life. Impact, for example, how do you use your work? How do you use your private property? For example, Alcibiades that exalted itself when he explained that, oh, I can buy this shield because this gold shield or this silver shield, but in particular this gold shield because I am rich. I am richer than you. I am I am I am richer than you, and therefore I am better than you. And the others, oh, you say this? Oh, okay. We can develop a specific type of debate to exile you because you say this because you are a problem for Athens. This is one of the main debate that could happen into Athens. The idea of exile. The fact that if you exalted yourself and you're rich, you could be exiled from Athens. This is the main question, issue that we have to consider. The participation of politics in relation with put attention at your private life that the ancient Greeks had to consider. And this is why Plato, for example, using the Gorgias in the Republic, the main critics against Pericles, because Pericles used the public wealth, but his private wealth, to develop parties, to develop symposium, to drink together, holidays. We can drink together, yeah. But at the same time, Plato explained indirectly Pericles used this drink together to do politics, to develop a specific type of politics. Because, in this sense, the citizens of Athens, with these actions of Pericles, indirectly, according to Plato, with these actions of Pericles, had forgotten the politics of Athens, the true politics of Athens. The politics of Pericles, drink together. They didn't discover the true politics because they consider how to drink, not how to debate. This is really interesting. Bye.